to the Laughing Monkey Music Show. Today we have on the gentleman from Tragedy. You guys are great performers. Let's come out, man. Royce Peterson. How are you? Welcome back.
All right. Good to be here.
Well, you guys have both been on, so
Yeah.
welcome back. I'm a big fan of you guys. Performance, I can't encourage enough people to check you guys out live. I've seen you live before. You guys are coming around next week. I'll see you in my area next week. You guys are phenomenal live. Entertaining.
Yes.
Massively talented though too. Like it's funny.
Massively
But
talented.
massively talented though. Definitely
Really
sexy music
like
too.
super handsome.
Super
Like,
handsome, sexy music.
Yeah. We smell nice,
I don't know about that, man. You guys really work hard.
Oh,
There's a lot of
well, you,
sweat.
you gotta
I was far from the stage.
I'll get you in close after the show.
I was
That's when
pretty
it's
close. I'll be honest with you, I was pretty close, and I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We'll put that for debate. For debate.
We'll go extra for you this time.
Okay, a little extra deodorant. But no, on a serious note, you guys do play hard and have fun, but you guys the nuances of the songs you guys do and you have fun are really good. You guys are all very talented, but you have fun with it, which is really enjoyable for the crowd, I think. It's lacking today in some performances that are too serious.
I
don't
know.
think,
Nothing compares to Tragedy.
No, you really don't.
The same.
I do see you guys have been touring with a lot of other style bands that also have a little tongue in cheek. When I saw you guys, you had Metallica open up for you guys. I know in Europe you've done with some humorous bands. I think you guys have done some Steel Panther, right?
Yeah.
That's a good matchup. I think the audience is probably very similar for that.
Yeah, that was great. That was automatic every night playing with them. Yep.
It was a dream.
I mean, you guys are just fun. Yeah, that's a show that I think needs to keep happening over the years. It's kind of like the Metallica, like the big four. Like that's like the big bands of you guys. You know what I mean? There's two bands.
Yeah. Well, I always say that like we have like the smallest micro genre and or subgenre and metal. Like comedy metal, there's like five of us, you know.
Oh, the big five.
Yeah.
The guy left one off, so it's like big, right? You almost five. You get that one that goes, you shoot better than the big four. Yeah, but I don't know. You guys are actually known though quite well though. I mean, because it's not just comedy, but it seems like it's a comedy. It's not like Adam Sandler doing a comedy song.
It's a tragedy in a way.
It's a tragedy. It is, but it's also you guys are very musical. Just like Steel Panther got a lot of crap in the beginning for being a joke band, but they're so talented,
Mm.
It's just, you have a little
and
fun
the
with
darkness.
it too. And the dark, well, yeah. They are tongue in cheek, but they're serious sometimes too, though.
They say they're serious.
They do, but it's kind of hard when I hear some lyrics.
I just read Justin Hawkins got upset because they were called a Spinal Tap band. But they're fantastic.
They can't come on the Big Four tour then.
No, they can't. They won't. They won't be able to.
Yeah.
I think Justin, every now and then he says something controversial, so he gets people a little bit worked up. So, so with you guys though, and all the touring, how are you guys breaking down the touring? Because I know you guys do some U.S. stuff. You're doing well in Europe. How are we doing that for yearly now? Because I think since COVID, you guys have really been picking up a lot of business.
For Europe, they have such an amazing summer festival season. In the UK and Germany in particular, but all over continental Europe. And so we end up doing like, I think the last couple of years we've done 3 different European trips over the summer, over each summer. And so we kind of book some festivals and then fill in dates with smaller cities and stuff like that usually. And then we try to do a national UK tour every year, but we didn't do one this year. Though we played a lot of dates in the UK. Right. And then in the US, like we historically never did a lot of touring in the US. The tour we did in 2023 with Steel Panther was our first national tour in the US.
Okay.
And then since then we've done, kind of not national tours, but like half the country kind of territory.
Like do like legs and stuff of it, sort of?
Yeah, like we did like Midwest and Southeast and Northeast with Nanowar of Steel, and something kind of similar with Metallica. And then next year we're doing Midwest, Western Canada, West Coast. We can't. It's not announced until January, but that'll be a really fun tour.
That would be awesome. I've actually had Deanna Wharf Steel on here too, so I'm a big supporter of all
Oh
types
yeah,
of
they're
fun
awesome.
music.
Yeah,
Funny.
They're a
they're
joy.
so fun and like just like as tour mates, just so fun to be around. They make everything better.
They
That they
were very
do.
goofy, and I think they were having some fun with their wigs too on the episode that they were on. They were really fun. They were fun guys. It was a fun interview. Uh, what are we doing for sets? Like, how are you guys mixing up? You guys have so many albums out. How are you mixing up? Because I know you make kind of the same market, but then I'm sure you got a lot of the same fans that'll go back and back. Are you trying to mix it up a little bit, or is it just how you deciding your songs?
Mountain Man.
Either of you. Either of you.
Yeah, we sort of have a framework. I disappeared. We have a framework of like the must-haves in the set, and then we jumble it up with kind of like a boggle game. Just in the middle, there's a boggle of different songs that are from our oeuvre of songs that we've borrowed and made better.
Are you guys do you do some of the setup like based on giving each other breaks because you do trade lead vocals and stuff? Is it set up for between solos and singing in different parts between songs to give somebody a break between the other song? Because I mean, having multiple singers and guitar players or whatever, you can kind of trade it up a little bit, where some bands can't do that.
We used to do that when Barry Glib was in the band. Like
Yeah,
he would go so aggressive on his voice, and he would want to yeah have a break,
a
you
break.
know. But I think Mountain Man, you don't really do that. It's not so much a consideration anymore.
No,
Is
I'm a
that right?
marathon runner, but
Yeah.
I enjoy the breaks. I enjoy the breaks. I welcome the
Yeah.
breaks.
Well, is it well because it's interesting. I was wondering that because actually, and I saw I think for that tour, I think Gabe had saying he was like doing Africa and stuff. So like everybody I felt like everybody was singing a lot. So it made me think like how are you guys dividing it up at that point? So that answers that question.
We're a vocal band, you know. We're I always say we're the Eagles of life metal.
That's a good one. That's
Now,
you
life
know,
metal, that is a really small genre. That might be even
is
smaller
it?
than comedy metal.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually think that's just you guys. Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe that. But with but that's the other thing. A lot of bands don't perform live anymore. They don't sing. Can't all sing. And the fact you guys can do that is actually, especially because like there's a carryover because I listen to a lot of all these types of music, but like in the rock genre also. Probably us Steel Panther fans probably enjoyed it because a lot of bands besides in that rock genre, a lot of singers can't sing anymore, and definitely can't hit those notes they used to sing back in the day. It just happens. It's truth. I mean, I've had those singers on, and they'll say, "I wish if I'd known that I would have been around right now, I would have done everything in lower octaves. I would have written songs lower, you know." But you guys, there's no stopping you guys for vocally though. I mean, that's a special thing also.
You know, we take massive testosterone shots. Plus, we each have about 4 or 5 testicles. So, you know,
Wow.
yeah. Except
That's got to
Lance,
be a
he
lot
I'm
of
only has
getting
money for
another
3.
one
tailoring.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice.
It's
Before
inspiring
before
to
the
see the older singers still hold their own. Like Michael Starr, it's amazing to still hear his voice
Mhm.
nail it. It's and I watched that Black Sabbath marathon show with Steven Tyler
Yep.
and even Sammy Hagar. I mean, it
Oh,
wasn't the
Sammy can still
best,
sing pretty good.
but it's still he's like 78, and there's Steven Tyler I think is 77, and
Yeah, they're up there.
Rob Halford. It's inspiring. I
Hmm.
mean, you got to keep it in shape. You got to warm it up every day. You just got to keep. There's other ones I've seen that I'll watch them and then there's like a ceiling they can't. Sorry, here's my hand. Ah, fuck it. There's a ceiling that they can't hit,
Ghost.
and because they they let it slide, and it's a nice reminder to myself to just warm it up every day and and try to
It's funny though.
even Okay.
A lot of singers don't actually warm up. That's the thing. I've had on so many singers over the years, different things that have lasted and keep going. And I've had some on, and they're like, I'm like, how do you preserve your voice when say others don't? Do you warm up? You doing different things? Some of them like, oh, I'll do honey. Like everyone has a different thing, and sometimes they go, no, I've never done anything. Literally go out there and just sing cold, and that's it. And then I have other ones that come on, they're doing mediocre, and they're warming up for hours before a show. So I mean, so part of it's genetics, part of it's just a hard living, and part of them are just like they do what they do. I've had Don Dock and we've talked about his voice, him getting a lot of crap for it. I'm like, well, what do you say to people that are giving to you? He's like, I enjoy it. He goes, you want to come, you come. You don't want to come, don't come. My voice has been used a lot. This is my voice in those notes after all these years. This is who I am. Very fair up front. Not I wasn't even criticism, I was just talking because it was a thing. And he's like, this is who I am. And he's feels like he's used his voice a lot. It's burnt up. But I've had other people on and they'll come on and they'll be like, that's just abuse from drinking and smoking because he was like drinking or smoking when I was talking to him too. So, but other people come on and they'll sing and they're like, no, I'm fine. So every vocalist is different. But to me, at this point, just seeing any band, I'm just appreciative of a good singer at this point. It really comes down to it.
It's remarkable how like people can be just built so differently, you know. Like I scream my head off. I do a lot of warm-ups.
Mhm.
It depends. Like if I'm tired or not feeling well, then I probably have to do more warm-ups. If I'm in the middle of a tour and I'm feeling great, I don't have
Yeah.
to as much, but I know that I should, because I could end up paying for it later in the show or something. But yeah, and I've worked with all kinds of singers. Gary Bibb, his warm-up was like, oh, okay, good. That was
Yeah.
it. And he'd have this incredible range too.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I really need to warm up slowly and I'd stay in shape. It's so much it's really for me it's really similar to like training as a runner or something.
Right.
You know,
Cardio and
like
the breathing.
yeah, if like if you stop training for a while, you're really gonna lose it and then you have to train again to get to where
Mhm.
you were. Um, and for me, it's a little hard getting back into show shape because I can't warm myself up into show shape. I have to go do tragedy shows,
Right.
and that's what gets me back into shape.
Do you try, and I actually both of you, to keep your voice? I know this Kabami, you do a lot of other stuff too on the side singing. So you're obviously always singing also. But is it a challenge for both of you when you're not out touring to keep your voices going? Because usually that's what they say when you're not singing, it's generally the worst getting back into it if you go a month or two off. Are you guys
Yeah.
doing stuff in
Shows.
between?
Well, I've been doing like solo shows and but not that many. But tragedy show shape comes from doing tragedy shows. It's there's a I don't know how to I'm too dumb to explain it, but once you get on stage and you have the audience and yeah, it's just totally different than just being at home
Right.
and belting.
Well, some people sing to get prepared before a tour or stuff. And just actually, here's a good question for you. Well, is with guitar playing, are you playing all the time now? Once again, I've talked to a lot of guitar players and like, all of them, and some of them be like, I'll talk to Weasel Zappa and we talk a lot and he'll be like, yeah, I got to start warming up. He plays a big tour planned. He's like, I haven't picked up the guitar in a couple months. I think that's, my fingers still it hurt my fingers when I play. I've no calluses on him yet. And I'm like, it makes you crazy how good he is to just start and play. And then some people are like, Steve, I'd be like, I play every day. What are you doing for guitar playing?
I
How do you,
don't I don't physically get rusty. I get a little rusty, like just we haven't we haven't worked on new material for a few years now, which is kind of
Mhm.
crazy. Like, we used to do an album a year every 2 years and just kind
Yeah, I
of
feel like you have
constantly
a
be
lot out.
working on stuff. We are now working on the next album. But when I started, so we've been playing, even though we've mixed up the set quite a bit over the
Mhm.
last few years, it's these songs that have been playing, hundreds of times. And
Yeah,
it's just all in muscle memory. Like I just
right.
I have to think. I mean, there's definitely no warming up needed for that. But now that I'm working on new material, I'm like, oh, that's right. I have to be creative on guitar, like not just execute. And that's where I get rusty. But I mean, that's not warming up. That's just like being
Right.
creative, staying creative.
So like, so this is, so I know, just one man does some side solo stuff on his side writing, but besides tragedy, you don't do any other solo like creative off-side writing then? It's just,
I just don't do it publicly.
right. That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Okay.
yeah.
And
I
I'm
mean,
saying, as an
I used
artist, just
to.
to be, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have around the time we started Tragedy, I had a band called Moi,
Mhm.
and all original kind of glam rock kind of stuff. And then Tragedy got so busy, I just kind of stopped doing it. But um, I never I never stopped writing. If there's some song kicking around in my head, some lyric or
Yeah.
something, or if I want to write a love song or a song for my mom's birthday or something like
Yeah.
that, I'll do that. And the latest thing I did, I created this like kind of dark wave um, apocalyptic love song. Um, and I'm just kind of toying with it and had my cousin sing on it, and I don't know, it's I love it, and we'll see. Like there's I have a whole I have a whole catalog of stuff that I haven't gone
I
public
think
with.
you should put it out. I think Disco Bobby's got some great stuff out. I like his work he's done. I want to encourage people to check his stuff out too. I'll put the links for that also in there. But I think it'd be fun if you put some stuff out. Is there a chance that any original stuff would creep into? Because when you guys do cover songs, you don't do a normal cover song. I can't tell you how many times I hear a song, I'm like, damn, that song just snuck in. Like the riffs you guys sneak in from other things that
Mm.
blend so well are really good. I mean, they're really fast and they're smart. Is there a chance any original stuff from you guys? And you guys are all writers.
Yeah, but
Will come into the songs,
this upcoming album is was gonna have at least a couple original
okay.
songs. Yep.
Which is good. I mean, and the question would be, I didn't know because it could go either way. You could be like, well, this is the premise we started the band on, and if we don't do that, it takes away from it. Or we've got the band has so much talent, it just makes more sense to also explore writing other
I
songs.
know everybody's got to see the depths of our talents. But it is pretty funny. We're all like songwriters.
Yeah.
You know, Given as Freely graduated a couple years ago from Berkeley in songwriting, and then he joins this band, which isn't
Do
any
call covers.
songwriting technically, but you know.
That's really funny though. Just about me. Actually, what about you? I know you've been working on some stuff too. You always work on stuff. Do you have anything you've been doing also besides any of your side stuff?
Um, I yeah. Well, yeah. Been doing a lot. I put out two songs recently. One's about I had a shitload of change. My life's been pretty mundane lately, so I noticed I had a shitload of change on my desk, my dresser, and I got some of these. Like, shit, it can't my camera's like these little funnels.
It's like witchcraft with you.
Yeah,
And now he's
and
come on Casper.
He's gone.
yeah, and
Magic.
then
It's a magician.
God damn it, this
Okay.
thing
Oh,
is like,
all those paper
yeah,
things. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I put a shitload in there, and then I started making up a song while I'm doing it. So I got a new song called Loose Change. It's just about rolling up coins and these paper rolls.
It's literally about, is it a metaphor? Or it's
No,
literally,
just a literal song about rolling up just the day that I
What's
rolled them up and took them to the bank.
mm,
There's nothing going on with me right
what's the
now.
mm.
metaphor?
Yeah,
That's
I don't even
awesome.
know. And then I wrote another song about I was trying to do a taut line hitch, but it kept but I kept calling it a slip knot. And my friend's like, "Hey, are you doing a slip knot?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I went back to my Boy Scout manual, and it's a fucking taut line hitch I was trying to do. I couldn't remember it, so I just wrote a song about getting mixed up on my knots.
See, I
Yeah,
don't know. The song title is more enjoyable for me. The fact you actually still have the manual. from being a
Oh
Boy Scout.
yeah.
It's pretty entertaining.
That and the title are way better than the actual song. So they're only a minute long each.
But the creativity, you have some other stuff though. Is 357. So you've got some stuff too out there from other bands and stuff you've done over the years
Oh
that are
yeah,
enjoyable.
yeah. We've got a new album coming out. It's just it's ready to go. Royce mixed and mastered it.
Oh, nice.
Recorded it. He did all the things.
All the
Um,
things.
and and we're again we're working on new tragedy originals. So
I love that. That is so exciting. That's like really good news for me. It was like a Christmas gift for me because because I hear all your music because it's like don't just come out me and I always assume that you were a songwriter to begin with, especially with the stuff you did in it, Mo, and all the albums you guys have done, and then seeing you guys live, I'm like, there's just no way. There's just got to be more underneath. You know what I mean? They can go even further. So to me to hear that is like, oh.
it's
So you
fun.
do
It's
production too?
fun.
Mo, so you doing production too? So do you produce all the albums?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Um, I used to have like a full-on recording studio in Queens for, I don't know, 12, 13 years, something like that. Um, and I got priced out of my space, but I continued to, yeah, I produce all the tragedy recordings and been working with Cornmo and 357 Lover and all their stuff for years. And various recording clients.
Really good sound, really good sound. I actually went to college for recording back in 90. So, but the industry was so hard to get into to begin with. I actually evolved into something else. But I'm always listening to recordings and like really kind of critical on some level of like it can be a good album, good songs, but to keep listening to it over and over again, it's gotta have a good sound too. You know what I mean? Because after a
Yeah.
while, a bad production on a good song, I'm like, oh, it fatigues me, and I'm like, it's feel like something that hold me back on it. But if the album sounds good, also, you just play it and play it and play it.
My perspective has changed on that so much over the years. Like I used to be really, really critical like that. And now I hear bad production almost as a creative choice. It's
I
kind of
think what
like
I mean bad
you
production
know how
is
you
it's hard to
see
hear.
like a distressed film all the time nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that. My thinking has just changed on it.
Okay, I could hear that, but you say that makes me sound almost like a jerk now. So thank you. No,
Sorry.
you're
Then,
like I can't make you feel like a jerk. I can just set up a platform for you. Only you can perform as a jerk. No, I think to me it'd be like sonically is what I'm trying to saying. Like, some of the songs in the 80s, some of the albums was so glossy, and I felt like the vocals were in the back. Like technically it was produced fine, it wasn't like bad, but the mixes were so weird and I couldn't appreciate it. I just like an album that's just almost just live. The more clear it is, the more just it sounds normal and average. Like I'm there is the better for me. The more bells and whistles where it sounds so slick, unless you like Steely Dan and then it's all good. But like, for some people, it's just too much, you know.
that's absolutely like some stuff comes across like, but that's where it's too slick, you know, like where the like it's just everything feels synthetic.
Right.
Um, and there's a lot of metal that's produced that way now. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
pop music is all about that. But I was listening to like this Bruno Mars song that I didn't know the other day, and it's like
Hmm.
I just love this because I hear a real drummer, I hear a real bassist, I hear a real guitarist, and
Yep.
it's super contemporary pop music, but it has these elements, and it just feels so much better to me than something that's purely synthetic.
Well, and that's what it comes down to. I think like there's no artist like I've heard Asaf Avidin. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's an Israeli born singer, and decided albums just recorded over in Italy at Brad Pitt's studio. That wine vineyard studio he took over, like MCU studio or something. The production is so good on that album, and he has such a great voice. But it sounds so like they're in your living room. And I can do it with any pop singer. If like I hear something, I don't see that kind of music, I still hear a good production or something just sounds like they're so alive or anything on a live instrument, I'll stop. I'll go, I like that song, even though it's something I wouldn't listen to, because of that. But I think it carries over back to the production of the stuff that you guys do. I didn't even because like obviously the world's not having like albums in front of you anymore. I used to look at the production and stuff, but now, on iTunes or whatever, half the information is jumbled up. It'll say
Yeah.
tragedy and you'll have that. What's the other band, like a punk band or something, or it'll be mixed in or something like, what I'm saying? Like every version will get mixed in. So it's hard to actually get all the information of who does what. So hearing you do production is pretty cool, actually. So that's awesome.
Yeah, isn't it weird like the production credits, like you can, if you dig, you can find them, on iMusic or Spotify,
Mhm.
but then they'll just be incomplete.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes it crazy. And the fact that iTunes is so powerful, and they'll still have the artist name, and they'll have the wrong band there. I mean, that's the one
well,
job you have to do.
that shouldn't happen. Like they actually have uh there are like I don't know how
You
many
can't get an
artists
intern to do that at
named
least. Get an
Tragedy.
intern for credit, right?
But you can notify them, and that's kind of what it- band managers and record labels are probably constantly doing. Like if some different artist shows up on your artist page, like you can contact Apple
Oh, you
Music or
can.
Spotify, whoever it
Because
is.
there's
Yeah,
some artists I see it all the time. I can't think of the bands now, of course, because I'm on a spot. But there's a couple bands that are pretty well known, and I still see other things mixed in with theirs.
yeah.
And it's like, what the heck? I mean, you don't
Well,
even,
you
that's
have to
one thing
stay
you're
on
doing.
top of it. Like for us, like with the band name like Tragedy, like we played outside of our kind of uh recordings, like our albums were Tragedy, All Metal Tribute to the Bee Gees and Beyond.
Right.
Right? And I think when we first released digitally, like the whoever it was, probably probably iTunes back then,
Yeah.
was like that can't be the name of your band. So we're like, all
Oh,
right, I
really?
guess we're just Tragedy. Um, but yeah, there's so many bands and hip hop all over the place. There's that crustcore band called Tragedy. So it happens a lot, and but we have to stay on top of it because what will happen often is like someone, either one of us or a fan or something, will be like, "Hey, what's this doing on your Spotify?"
Oh, yeah.
And then we're like,
And they
"Okay,
see that.
contact Spotify," and they remove it.
I didn't even know that. So if I ever see that, I'll let the artist know, or let you guys know if I see that ever too. But it is weird. Like once you put it out there, though, like you guys have risen to the top. Like now, if you type tragedy, I remember looking over the years trying to put your information in. It was a little bit of a hustle. You had to really work the Googles, as the kids would say, because
Mhm.
of all the tragedy things in there. But you guys have elevated your name up into the ranks now, where it's pretty easy. If you put in tragedy and you put band and metal or something, like it's a lot easier to find you guys now over time now. So you've moved up. So there's less of that. But it was
Yeah,
hard at first. And I mean, now there's a few bands will show up underneath it, but it's not the same.
I remember back in the day searching Tragedy, and the first thing would be Shakespeare, and the second thing would be our band. That
That's
made
not
me
bad. I
really
mean,
happy.
if you have Shakespeare ahead of you, that's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have somebody above you outside of the Bee Gees, actually. And that's,
Mhm.
you know. Have you ever actually met anybody of the Bee Gees in the guys? Any connection? That feels like a question
Uh,
probably you've been asked before, but I'm just
we've
asking you like just as a person, not even as a
we've
host.
met their children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was it is Morris's daughter, I believe, and her husband in the early days of the band got in touch with us and they're like, "Oh my God, we love this, love what you're doing." And they've kind of stayed in touch with us like
Yeah.
on socials over the years. And then uh, Barry's
I met him,
son,
Steven, right?
yeah, yeah. He's a metal guitarist.
Oh yeah.
And we've talked to him about collaborating, hopefully for the new album. That'd be really fun.
I'll put a bug in his ear. I
Okay.
talked to him too. He's been on a few times, and we've had a couple really good talks too.
Oh
And him
yeah.
being a metal guy, him being a metal guy too. And actually, you hear his new album, the Kill the Robot thing?
I haven't heard the whole album. I've been listening to some of the tracks, so
Very different, very fun, very different. Not
yeah.
cliche, which you don't really expect from him. But he's done stuff like Crowbar and like Zach Wild. Like he's done a lot of metal in his
Yeah.
years too. So he's got, and he was doing production at I guess he said he was doing some recording at his dad's house. I guess they took their old, I don't know if it's a playroom or whatever, and they got a studio and they're recording. I think they just did like I don't know what album they're doing, something with the guys from like Corrosion and Conformity, or I don't know, one of those guys. When they have your bands, they're just doing some recording there too. So he's been busy. But with all this, I'm really excited. I'm really actually put aside by the you guys that write some original music too in the thing. I'm actually honestly excited about that. What do you think the date's gonna be like? What do you think are we looking maybe by next summer? It'll probably be out for people to hear, hopefully. Or is that too
Um, I'm not sure
big of
when
a
the full
window?
album would be out. It may be
Holidays
a
after
year
Christmas?
from now or so, but we may
Yeah.
be releasing some singles, you know, I'm not sure.
So actually, that's actually a good question. So with bands releasing singles, some people waterfall, some people just do singles, some people like to do albums. Now you guys are at the age, we're all about the same age here. And so like when I have younger people on, they're like, it's strictly just singles. And I have a couple people that be like, I just do singles. But a lot of people in our age group are like, the goal is an album. And actually they can release it as a vinyl album too, because that's what they grew up with, even if it's special. What is the mindset with you guys? Is it a collection that will make an album, or is it just not sure yet? Because the market's so screwy.
I mean, an album is so much more significant.
I
Um,
agree.
so, yeah, I mean, and then it's always been like kind of a fun challenge for me, um, to take a collection of songs and uh, somehow make it cohesive, making it out, make it an album somehow.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. Oh man, what's your take on singles and albums?
I don't know anymore. It's almost like there's no rules anymore. I mean,
There isn't.
there was a time where singles were the thing, and then and then album rock started coming out. People were so that the time of albums may have sunset, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like albums. I
Yeah.
I think they're, to me, it's there's more credibility with a full album than just a single. But everything 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 changes. You know, it's
It's a question that always makes people stop for a minute though when I ask people, because even I don't know each time I ask it how I feel that day about it. Like, what are you thinking about releasing this? Because everyone's like, well, I never really thought about it, or because your take on it's always different because there's so many perspectives of like, well, I'm not speaking for me or what I like or what's each time it changes. No one really has a grip on it. Just no record label knows what they're doing. You know, I don't think there's a right or wrong way at this point. I think it's knowing your audience.
uh, yeah, I think so too. I mean, but there's a celebration of a full album. Like I remember They Might Be Giants put out an album that came with uh, a nice big hardcover photo album that accompanied it.
Mhm.
Uh, there was just a more of a celebration than we came out
Oh,
with a
it's a
single.
it's a it's like a ritual. I mean, do you remember getting
Yeah,
vinyl and you open it up and like a double gatefold, the guys on the bus, like just no internet, nothing. You're like, what's going on in the rock and roll tour? And it's like there's a whole mystery behind it. And all the pictures are a Kiss album or a Skinner or whatever back in the day. And there's all these stories you don't know. That's so exciting. And then with an album, you actually can make a song list. How are they gonna work together? That's a whole art form right there,
Yeah.
if you do it right. The flow list. I mean, those are things that aren't involved. Like I don't do people if they get singles sent to me, they're like, oh, check out this artist, for the show. I'm like, I don't do singles. I'm not singles. I want a hunk of something. I want consistency. I don't want a band on Instagram just doing these streams that don't play club. I want somebody going down a road, sweating and working, playing clubs and recording albums, and putting the work in, and that's I think it's more enjoyable as a fan. But as an artist, I don't hold it against anybody because economically it's a little more challenging.
Yeah, but
it
then
is.
economically, like you're gonna sell albums, you're not gonna sell singles.
Right.
That's a big thing for us in any band or any record label, I think. I mean, sure, there's some streaming income and stuff like that, but when you have an album that you can sell and you're on tour, you sell it at your merch booth, and like that's a great way to. I mean, it used to be used to be really great. Used to be, cost you $1 to make a CD, you sell them for 10,
Yep.
15 bucks. And
Yeah.
we used to sell so many of them, like in the early days of the band, we would sell uh probably 10 CDs for every t-shirt we'd sell. And now
Wow.
it's probably 20 t-shirts for every CD we sell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there such things as CD players anymore? I think there's probably more cassette players out there now, or boom boxes, than there are CD players, you know? I don't know. Somebody saw it the other day, they go, oh, you got my CD, but now you gotta buy yourself a CD player. You know, it's like
Right.
my car has one, it's, you know, a couple of years older. But I mean,
Yeah.
it is a thing though. They don't do CDs anymore. Those went out fast.
Yeah. Yeah. But even if I like trying to think where I would play a CD, like I have a drive that I can connect to my computer and
Hmm.
listen to the CD. But a lot of times I'll go to a show and buy a CD and get it signed,
Yeah,
um, just because that's a nice thing to have.
right.
And maybe I'll stream the album rather than playing the CD. But uh,
Or if I get CDs, I usually download them. If you can't find anywhere to stream it, I'll download it and I'll put the CD aside, especially if it's a collectible or something. I have a
yeah,
couple that are like autographed by Steve Vai or something, some one-off singles, you know what I'm saying? But overall, it's just no room for them, you know? Now with
It's
an
like
album though, you're putting time aside in your day to sit with a record player. You don't have a record player in your car, although it'd be kind of cool, hard, but you're sitting down, you're committing to the time with the album in your living room or wherever, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of nice. I'm
it's
sorry,
great.
go
I
ahead, Mom.
love it. Like added that kind of system to my living room not that long ago. Got the speakers spread out really wide. Just reminds me of being a kid and like hearing music and that, you know, the the vinyl sound and the wide stereo
Yep.
spectrum. Like you just feel like it's almost like, you know, that sensation. I mean, now it's something that everyone does, but I remember going from that to putting on headphones, being like, wow, I'm in this world. And like doing that kind of thing with the record player and that in the living room, it's another environment.
But it's special though too, because nowadays there's so much going on when you're doing whatever your device is. The record, you're kind of sitting there and you're kind of committed to it. It's like a nice separate thing. So I definitely want to have things on the album, like the notes and the liners. I want people to still have that, and I love that. I have a couple, I don't know, probably like 400 albums now or something, and to take the time to just sit and do that. Now I got my kid who says, "Dad, you're playing your music too loud." Before it was the growing up, it was the parents. Now it's my kids. I'm like, I thought finally I'm an adult. My kids are going to take it. They're like, "Dad, it's too loud." I'm like, oh, you know. But
it's
Oh,
too
the
loud,
other
you're too
nice thing
young.
about the LP is about the commitment, the time
yeah,
commitment.
yeah,
It's 15, 20 minutes. You can flip it over if you want,
yeah,
or
right.
you cannot. But it's good for, yeah, the attention span. Like
I think
it's not just
good to
like one
retrain our
single
brains.
move on.
Right. It's definitely a commitment. I just come on, you were to say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it was Cheap Trick who'd put out an 8-track like maybe 10 years ago. That
Oh,
was the
really?
Yeah, I think it was Cheap Trick. I might be wrong. Yeah, I it's almost it. Well, with us, we sell a lot of CDs at shows. We do sell vinyl, but that there's a part of me that thinks sometimes it's not doesn't matter the format you put it on. Again, people are going to stream it like Maurice is saying, you're going to stream it anyway and not put the CD in.
Yeah.
But to have
I
that
think H-Track.
I don't know. Maybe there's a group of people that have 8-track players in their cars still. I don't know.
I love that. That would be hilarious to have an 8-track player. And also, it's right next to my fax machine in my car. So you can just fax it over to me when I'm driving there. I actually have people send me stuff. I'll get like cassettes. And I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm gonna pop it into my time machine and head on back and pop it in and play it. I'm like, I get that it's a good thing, miscellaneous merch thing, but you got to have some music also they can also stream and listen to because I don't have a cassette player. I don't know who does nowadays, unless and they're expensive too. Um, so that's the other thing is just the cost of those printing off the cassettes or that whatever. The 8-track's a really great idea though. I like that. It's pretty funny. Um, you know, because the volume's gone up for all that. One of the things I've learned is that if an artist knows their audience really well, and you sell to say, say you have 1,000 customers, and you're not worrying about Spotify streaming, but you're selling your stuff to that one audience, and you focus on that one group, you are going to make more money than trying to hit 10,000 fans if you're zoning into that one group, financially, you're doing better as an artist. I've
Oh,
seen
right.
artists do
Yeah,
that
I've
where it's
heard
like,
that.
yeah, because even though it's a niche, a lot of artists say, yeah, I'm not selling a bazillion albums anymore, but whatever, but I'm selling a couple at the show and this and that, and I'm off my site and I'm making more money because I'm in control of it. I cut out people and I'm focused on that group.
It gives
So
me an idea. We should raise the price of our CDs and LPs to, I don't know, 100, $150 each. Then we'd make more money and that's
yeah,
really what it's all about.
it's all
We
about money.
should build animatrons of ourselves. So you have to buy the whole set, and you have to have an animatron room enough in your apartment for an animatron set to play the set.
You should buy the old Chuck E. Cheese bears and just put your faces on them for now while you're gearing out the
Yes.
other ones. And that's what you need to have up. Those things are horrifying. Those are the horrifying monsters back at the time.
Well, that's going to be an initial investment for us, but I think it could really pay off.
It's definitely going to pay off for you guys. But I'm excited to see you guys next week. More excited even at the album. I want to encourage people to check you out. So I'll get this up next day or so too. So what dates you got coming up? I don't have all the dates from me. I just know Space Ballroom 15th, right? Is it next
Yeah.
Saturday 15th?
Yeah. Saturday, November 15th.
You're gonna fill
Space
that place up
Ballroom
pretty quick.
in Camden, / New Haven City, New Haven City, Camden City, New Haven City, Greater New Haven City.
You call everything a city, though, right? You called Chicopee City last time we were here in Chicopee.
Oh yeah.
We-
Everything's a city with you.
Even the festivals we play, it's
yeah, we only play cities. We don't play towns. You have to
Yeah.
I
have a
love that.
cathedral
No
or
one,
tragedy play. That's how
you
you.
know,
It's in
they actually
Wikipedia.
had a
The
they had a
definition of
vote.
city.
I live in a town, and they had a vote to call us a city. Manchester is a town of Manchester. They were voting to call it the city of Manchester, and everyone's like, "No, we don't want that call," because like right outside of the city. I'm sure it's like different things for like budgets or something, but everyone's like, "No." So the city moniker. But when you guys do, it was really funny. Besides those other dates, do you have anything else coming up towards the rest of the year, or is it just a couple more dates left?
Yeah, just
I mean, I actually have
we're
the site up.
December 13th in Teaneck at Teaneck, New Jersey, Debonair Music Hall. And then the following weekend, Friday, December 19th in Providence
Yep,
at
Alchemy.
Alchemy. Yeah.
Yeah, is that the
Um,
last bunch of your dates you have up there? That for the year?
yeah, and then we have I think we've announced a couple festivals for next year.
Yeah, you have June 24th, and it looks like in Czech.
Oh yeah, that'll be our first time in Czech.
Yeah, and then you have another United Kingdom one in July, and then you have another United Kingdom one in yeah, no 2 days. Probably no, different places. But so you have a couple days next year, but December 19th is the last thing you guys are doing. So you can focus on
Yeah,
your writing,
yeah.
your
We're
holiday gifts.
focusing on the recording quite a bit, and
Mhm.
we'll do some more shows stateside, kind of regional Northeast stuff throughout the winter. And then we set out on tour for like the western half of North America, or the western two-thirds of North America at the end of April. And that'll be announced first or second week in January.
Okay. People just follow the socials, and I'll probably share it too when I hear. But gentlemen, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Probably see you next week. Yeah, and maybe we'll have you back on. We'll figure something out when your album comes out again, or even sooner. I enjoy when you guys are on and supporting you guys. So people check you out. Thank you,
Cheers,
guys.
man.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks.
yep. Pause here.